Yippee! Hello. Yeah, it certainly feels like morning. Yeah. I've been up for like 4 hours, but it still feels like morning. It, considering what time I like to wake up at like 9 to 11 in the morning, it usually is only an hour or two for me.
I've been muted. Hehehehe. It's fine.
Professional? I don't know what you're talking about.
I never said that. I never claimed to be a perfect. I never said that.
I never said that.
I've never claimed to be a professional.
Too bad.
I can't believe you've put that evil on me, being a professional. How very dare you?
How very dare you? I would never.
The audacity. Also, welcome in, Lee.
Hello.
But yeah, we're animating today, and I sent you a list of questions that we may or may not get to all of.
I love talking about anime, so we'll probably not.
That's totally fine.
I love talking.
I love that, because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we've had limited interaction. I know we've been in some lobbies together, and I was like, I don't recall them being very talkative, but I'm also like, well, those lobbies are so like so many people talking at once, so I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah,
I kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I am quite talkative. It just kind of depends, like how I'm feeling, what we're doing. If we're playing a game that's like really, really like active, like Gartic Phone, where you're drawing and you're, focusing on what you're drawing, and then you just laugh and react at the stupid shit that people draw.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I wasn't in that lobby, but
no, you're so popular. You're always double booking yourself.
Wow. No, I didn't double book myself. I would have booked for Gartic Phone, but I had something else going on.
Oh, really? I thought you were in it. That's why I was surprised.
No, I definitely would have signed up.
I see. I must have misremembered.
Yeah, 3 p.m. No, I had stuff going on with, I don't know if you know Brian, Lady, all of them.
I know Lady. I don't know if I know Brian, but...
Smooth Brain. Brian with a Y.
Maybe I do. I don't know. I am admittedly awful, because I feel like I go in lobbies all the time, and half the time I'm like, I don't remember everyone that's there. So there's a good chance I've met these people and I just don't remember. Because there has 100% been times where I've been like, oh hey, I don't think we've met, and then someone will just like, they're not looking at me, but it feels like they're looking at me right in my soul, and they're like, no, we've played something together, and I'm just like, oh.
No, we have.
Like, oh, I don't think we've met before. No, we have. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to meet you. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to meet you. That's crazy.
Don't yell at me. I'm a baby. I don't know. But yeah, what is going back to talk? You out of the gate were like, we're talking about anime. So are you not one for Western animation at all? Do you not like not regular, but like,
regular? That's crazy. I can't believe you.
Yeah.
No, I like some regular
Western
some
cartoon.
Western animation. As far as my favorite Western cartoon, I think I have an answer for almost all of these. It says from Disney to anime to YouTube to games. There's like an answer for 3 of those.
That's fair.
2 at least. My favorite Western animation, as far as like children's cartoons,
it doesn't have to be a child's
very
cartoon. It can be
it's
an
very
adult
much it's very much a teen cartoon. But
Gotcha.
The Amazing World of Gumball was one of my
that's a really fun one.
one of my neurodivergent obsessions as a child.
Really? That's a good one to have,
Yep.
honestly, because like the amount of diverse like techniques used in Gumball is really cool. Like they have
It's not
some
just
3 CG, 2D, stop motion, just like
claymation.
Yeah. They go crazy.
And they
with
had
it.
an anime episode which was hilarious.
Yeah, they I think it was it Studio Trigger? I think that they got an actual like studio.
Yeah, it was Studio Trigger. I'm pretty sure it was Studio Trigger that did it.
Yeah, that was very cool.
It was very cool. It was a very cool episode too. They went all out with the fight scenes.
I mean, if it was Trigger, then of course they did.
No surprise there.
Okay, that's kind of Ha 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 ha.
That voice crack, holy.
Me or you? Because I think we both voice cracked.
I don't know. I didn't notice if you had a voice crack. I just sounded like this for a second.
Yeah, Studio Trigger.
Oh, Studio Trigger.
You know them.
As far as anime goes, I've actually recently created a top 10 list.
Oh, really?
It's definitely subject to change, but my number 1 favorite anime has got to be Code Geass.
Code Geass. That's a classic. I
love the drama. It's so tasteful.
I have actually never seen Code Geass. I just know of it, and most of my knowledge comes from like
memes.
The memes, but the abridged version specifically.
I love the abridged version.
Yeah, it's
Team Deathmatch.
It's so bad. What's crazy? It's just I've only seen like 2 episodes, and it's like the one where the soup thing is from.
Soup.
Yeah,
soup.
And then I think the one either before it or after it. Hi, Banana.
Hello. Hi, Banana.
She says, "Good morning, you wonderful peoples."
Hello. I'm wonderful. Yay.
You're wonderful peoples. To Banana. But yeah, we got Code Geass. Code Geass is your favorite. Is it, when you say the drama, is it like, what level of drama is it? Is it like soap opera-esque, or is it like...
It's kind of more HBO drama-esque, but with its own like cool psychological dark Japanese anime twist on it. It's really good. I love how on the edge of your seat the show has you like right out of the gate. Episode 1, you immediately like, what's gonna happen next?
Oh wow. I might have to put it on my list. There's so much anime I need to watch, but there's also just so much anime.
50 episodes.
That's
spread
not
across
bad.
2 seasons.
That's
it's
not
great.
bad at all.
Cause I'll see anime, they're so good. 12 episodes. Wow. I watched this in one sitting and it only took like 3 hours.
Yeah. My thing...
do other things in the day.
I do love a short series. Especially like...
I do too, but...
It depends, obviously. Like some series I'm like, it didn't need to be longer. Like it was contained, it said everything it needed to do. And
yeah, I've seen a couple of those like that.
Yeah, I'm like, this was good. Some of them I'm like, I wish you were given more. I'm like, I wish that I wish that they had like given you another season or more budget or whatever needed to happen, because as much as I like it. Huh?
You want to know a good one I wish got continued?
I do.
And this is kind of related to one of the questions: is High School of the Dead? The fan service is just, it's there.
Yeah.
I at this stage I tend to just go, oh, okay, boobs, cool.
That was that's very fair. That was
like the rest of the anime. It's like, wow, this is actually like a pretty good anime. That kind of be my hear me out is High School of the Dead, because if you can deal with the fan service, it's actually a pretty good anime.
that was actually one of my previous guests hear me out as well, and their argument was they think that the fan service serves more in a comedic fashion rather than actually being hot. They think it adds to the story's overall like ludicrousy element.
Yeah.
So they're like, everyone likes to be like, oh, it's just panty shot after panty shot, and it's like, yeah, but once it's like juxtaposed next to, you know, these like horrendous gory zombies, like, it's funny.
It is good. It's a juxtaposition, definitely. It's funny. It definitely adds to it, but some people are just like, like, it doesn't have to have the boobs. Like, no, it really doesn't, but it adds to it. Any show like that, if there's just a little bit of comedic timing here and there, just sprinkled in there, is really good. Code Geass has that. There's a few episodes here and there, even in season 2, where it's just silly.
Yeah.
There's some really silly moments in the series, and that makes it so much better, because it's like, oh, finally, a break from all of the death.
Yeah, it gives you like a sense of levity, and it also kind of like those like, oh yeah, Corey, that's the anime you're thinking of, the one where the boobs go in the opposite direction to avoid. That's the one. And yeah, I'm collabing with the Astolfo. You don't have to be jealous. But
get wrecked.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I think that's a really good hear me out, even though we're not quite to that question. And I've never, that's another one I haven't seen, is High School of the Dead, but has like always been on my list because it just looks so silly. And I'm like, one day I'm just gonna sit down and watch every single horror anime. I mean, obviously not in one sitting, because I'm sure there's a lot, but...
Well, you've also got a life to live, so...
Yeah.
You'd be sitting there for like a month straight, just watching anime after anime after anime.
That's when I go into my NEET era. Like, I'm not leaving my house.
Become like that one YouTuber dietist, become a basement dweller.
Yeah, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be dietist. I'm gonna draw pictures and I'm never gonna leave my house.
Oh yeah, High School of the Dead and High School DxD are two different anime.
Yeah, I've never seen High School DxD, but that one is very directly just...
Yeah, it's just
edgy.
One of my best friends, I don't really know what his opinion on High School of the Dead is, but I know that he struggled to watch Fire Force, which also has some fan service, which is a little more unnecessary than what it is in High School of the Dead. But he just straight up doesn't like High School DxD, which is fair. Because if what I've heard is true, it's like just absurd.
I've never really been interested in seeing it because I'm just like,
me neither.
I just don't think there's anything there for me. I mean, somebody might come along and change my mind. I'm not like, you know, I don't have strong opinions about it. I just am like, that's just it. Like, I just don't care at all. So I'm just like, I don't care to see it one way or the other. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely going back to the not original topic, but the topic that led to this one. It does suck whenever you have anime that are on like 12 episodes. It's like, more. I need more. That's how I felt with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and also with One Punch Man to some effect as well.
Yeah,
they both have gotten new seasons since I watched them, so yay. But
and One Punch Man is still going in the manga, right? Like,
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it is.
But if it is, that's cool.
So the anime could potentially do more because the manga is still ongoing. So if you really like One Punch Man, you could. I don't know how much of a manga reader you are. I know it's a different experience, but could potentially read the manga.
I have a couple of them lined up to read eventually online. I've only read through a couple of manga. They're not bad. I really like manga, but it's kind of the same thing with just reading books in general, where I'm like, it has to hold my attention for a sustained period of time, or otherwise I'm not reading it.
No, that's totally fine. I tell people all the time I'm illiterate. I'm like, I can't read. They'll be like, oh, do you want to read this? I'm like, I can't read. I'm illiterate. I can't read.
I love reading and writing, but the problem for me is ADHD, neurodivergent. Like, my attention span is
I have
garbage.
That problem. My problem is number one, I'm a slow reader. Number two, I have so much shit going on that I'm like, when am I gonna have time to read this? Especially because I'm so slow. And what'll happen is if I really like it, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm gonna be up all night reading whatever it is if I'm really into it. And then that's it. Day gone. Nothing done.
Literally same. That's how it was with my second favorite anime.
What's that?
I watched that one recently. Frieren.
That one's. I've heard that one's good. I'm not one really for good. Fantasy, but I've heard that it's. I've only heard good things. I've also only heard good things about Delicious in Dungeon, which has almost gotten me to like watch it or read it because it does sound very, very good. And sorry. Skipper, to your question, I am looking forward to the new panty and stocking. I am extremely curious what they're gonna do with it, especially after so many years of it.
I know. I've been waiting, and they'll like announce something after several years of inactivity, and that's it. And then they announce another little bitty thing after like a few years of nothing, and then that's it. Like,
oh. I heard a boop. But yeah,
sorry, that was my mom.
That's okay. Whenever like they first announced something, they're adding the femboys, which is pretty cool.
They're adding femboys to PSG?
You haven't seen them?
No!
Oh my god, their name is Polyester and Polyurethane.
What kind of names are those?
I don't know, but
I know what polyester is. What is
polyurethane is also like a fabric.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So if you're capable to give them a quick Google, they have the designs out and everything. I like them.
I've got to check these out. I'm sure if you couldn't tell with the Stoffel profile picture, but that is right up my alley.
I would have never guessed.
Polyester.
Yeah, so they much like most things on the internet, they're getting like mixed reactions. Most people are like, yeah, this is cool and fun, and then there's like the subset of people who are like, you know, they put the fucking woke in panty and stocking, and I'm like, yeah, nothing more woke than adding new characters to a franchise that has been dormant for like 20 years.
Not only that, but I just love the whole thing of, oh, it's woke. Have you seen the show?
Yeah, you're dumb as hell. Calling
you're
panty
stupid.
And stocking woke is the craziest shit.
But it's also really funny because, like, have you seen these communities? Like, I keep hearing stories of like boys getting back shots in like Christian settings. It's like, come on.
Chill out, dude.
Come on, bro.
This is the hill you're gonna die on. I'm like, okay.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, that ain't none of my business. You just keep on keeping on. You go if this is something you're mad about, you ain't got nothing going on in your life, buddy.
Yeah. Go back to Twitter, bro. Come on.
Bro, go back to the basement. Go back to the slums, dude.
Go back to your armchair where you're the expert on everything ever.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. But yeah. What do you think about him? I think I can't remember which one's which, but I like the one with the purple hair more. The other one with the mullet. I like his little mullet in theory, but like in the one image they've given us, I feel like it makes his head look really, really tall. Like taller than it needs to be.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to what the...
Oh. We've been mommy attacked.
Sorry, beat that.
Yeah, you're good. No, you
polyester was the one with the white outfit. Polyurethane was the one with the kind of crop top shorts outfit. I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to the hair, but I remember the outfits from like, the quick Google.
So the one with the crop top, that middle piece, I think is not skin. I do believe that's like a belt. So it's not. I don't think it's a crop top.
Oh. Hold on.
Because it's like similar color to the skin, but I think it's supposed to be white.
You're right. It's definitely a belt. It
like
looks more like a sash.
Yeah, or something. Like I say belt, but it's just like
a wrap.
Yeah, it's just some
kind
of middle piece.
No, I think it's a sash because it's got kind of like a bow-looking thing.
Yeah.
With it.
Thank you. You haven't seen any anti-woke dribble. Thank God.
Right. I haven't heard much about PSG even in the court of public opinion. So.
Like at all? Like even the original run?
No, I watched the original series. That cliffhanger had my jaw just dragging the floor.
I did not believe that like that was gonna be the end. I was like, oh.
No,
okay.
I was like, they've gotta continue it, right? They've gotta continue.
Surely, and
they just they didn't for years, but it seems like they're planning on.
Well, I mean, they're more than planning because it would appear as though it is in production.
Wow, really? I would have never guessed.
Hope so. You never listen. The way the animation industry is right now, you don't know. They could just like completely make it and it never be published. There's a couple properties that have had that happen.
Really?
Yeah. They just like get made and then they sit on the cutting room floor. That almost happened to Uzumaki. They almost didn't publish it. And I know that like it didn't come out great. I know it had a lot of the first couple episodes were really good, and then the animation quality dipped. And the reason that is because of what I was gonna say is that they got kind of dropped, but they decided that they were gonna finish what they started, even if it wasn't gonna be that good because so many people were waiting on it. They were like, it's better to put out something that might not be what we envisioned than to put out nothing at all, and that was kind of their options.
That's that sort of thought process is pretty much existent in like all creative fields. I make music, and right. I've heard a lot of people say it's better to release garbage or release something that you think is garbage instead of just releasing nothing whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I definitely get that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just, and in general, like especially in artistic fields, it's kind of just like taken for granted. So yeah, I like Uzumaki. I know that the animation took a very obvious like dip in quality, but overall, like after I went and I actually went and I read the manga, it's pretty damn 1-to-1. There's not a lot that like got left on the. There's not a lot that got cut off. There are some things that that they left out that took away context and they kind of moved stuff around, but most of it is pretty close. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, well, shit, that's how it happened. I don't know.
No, on the topic of anime that dip in quality, this was a bit silly. It's not in. It is in anime, but it's only the kind that you find on particular websites, if you catch my meaning. Yeah.
What anime is this?
It's.
I mean, you started this. I wasn't the one trying to like.
No, it's hentai.
Really.
It was really funny because the animation quality specifically. I think it was only 2 episodes. I'm not too terribly sure, but the first episode had great animation quality. The second one was so bad it looked like an over-exaggerated Disney cartoon.
That's
not
crazy.
Kidding.
That sounds
I'm not
awful.
kidding. It was awful. It was hysterically funny. I was like, "What is happening? Why?"
I could not tell you. I don't know what you're talking about, but I know that there's definitely some titles out there that are wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. Anyways, off that topic, lol.
Brother, you brought it up. Nobody
it did.
Nobody forced that conversation out of you.
Hey, I brought that topic up. I can leave that topic behind.
You know what? Fair enough. It's fully in your hands.
That's enough. That's enough said.
Done.
That's all I want to
Wiping
talk
my
about.
hands of it.
Yeah.
So, what is your You said you had answers for the other one, or 3 of them. What is the third one? Because your favorite Western anime, you would say, is Gumball.
Favorite anime
is Code Geass. And then,
but before I move on to that, my third favorite anime kind of has the same kind of dramatic feel as the first one. Not as dramatic. Code Geass definitely has that stage flair where it's like, wow, look at how dramatic this is. Wow, this is crazy. You know, it's not exactly like that, but that's how it's presented. The third one is definitely a little less theater-y, but ID Invaded.
ID Invaded.
And that is also an anime. I wish would get more episodes. Ooh. I don't remember if it's 12 or like 15 or 24, but it's not super short, but it is still decently short, which kind of sucks. But it's still a really, really good watch.
Oh, interesting.
Have you ever heard of that one?
No, I'm looking up some there. I might be getting spoilers, but I have no context for what's happening. But I like the style of it. The art direction
I love
is
the style.
Very cool.
It's so interesting, and it's not a complete like change of like the average anime style, but it's definitely different.
It has its own twist on it. Like
it has its own its own flavor, and I love it. It's so good.
I would say it does. I would say it does look different than some animes. I think it has more of a graphic nature to it.
Yeah.
Like it feels like things are more chunky, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the lines are sharper.
It's more simple. It's more simple.
Yeah.
But it also kind of makes it look more, not really modern, but sleek almost. It's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, I think modern would be a good, like, modern in terms of like modern art, not like yeah. I would agree, just based on what I'm looking at, and it looks like it has some sci-fi elements. So saying that it looks modern, that's probably
it's definitely got some sci-fi. It's definitely got some sci-fi elements. It's also got supernatural elements, which I think is really cool. It really dips down into some really like freaky concepts. The premise of the whole entire show is.
Yeah, I'm seeing this creepy guy. I don't know if this character's like a spoiler or something, so I won't like point anything else out because it kind of looks like a later in the season thing.
Blue hair. Does he have like?
He has blue
half
hair.
of his hair missing, and it looks like he's burnt.
Yes.
No, I think that one's a character that gets introduced in the first.
Okay, good.
I'm still kind of spoilery, so unless if you find out who he is or what his deal is, that's a little spoilery because that only gets introduced in episode 2 or 3, but still.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing no words, only pictures, so it's not telling me anything.
He's a cool character. His premise is also really cool. Although I will say he kind of serves as an antagonist of sorts, which is really cool.
I see. He's like main antagonist.
I wouldn't really call him the main antagonist, but he's
an antagonist.
One of them. He'd be considered the first antagonist.
I see. Also, let's see. Ladybug, thank you. I'm glad that you guys are hanging out, and you guys saw Bowser. I would love to play with a Lego Bowser. I feel like I would like Legos, but I never got into Legos.
I was able to get into Legos, but I mostly just took sets that we'd get from Walmart and just augment them, which is really fun to do. But it's been so long since I've gotten into Lego. What I'd really want to do is like have a small side collection where I've just got like a bunch of different kinds of random bricks of all sorts of different types and a couple of sets to add on to it, and just like take either pre-made sets and just kind of use them as inspiration for a build, or just build something random. Would be really cool. There's all sorts of stuff I would build with it. A lot of sci-fi stuff. I'm really into sci-fi.
Oh, that's, based off of what you've given me as your animation favorites, that does not come as surprising news.
Which is funny because wow. I went to say Code Geass, but I'm looking at the Sunday sign up channel, and my eyes just landed on Applebee's. So I'm like, yes, let's say that word instead of the name of the anime we're talking about.
Ain't that the way?
I love it when my brain short circuits.
Says what I'm reading instead of my word thoughts.
That's so good. I love it when that happens. No, but Code Geass is like sci-fi to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of more like.
So you would not personally qualify it as like a sci-fi?
Well, the mechs kind of bridge that gap. But, well, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, it's definitely sci-fi because you've got the ships and. Yeah, I was lying, haha.
I've decided to gaslight you on this thing you don't even know about.
I've decided to gaslight myself, apparently.
Usually we are our own gaslightees.
You know what? That's true.
I can lie to myself, and I can lie to me.
Well, no, but you were talking about my favorite anime so far, which is really funny because Free Run is very much not sci-fi.
No, it's very very fantasy, almost in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
They have
One more
similar themes, I feel.
Yeah,
in their storytelling, usually.
Yeah. As far as Freerun goes, it kind of has more of a comedic feel to it. It definitely bounces back and forth between serious and funny a lot more than ID Invaded and Code Geass do. I'd argue ID Invaded is more serious than Code Geass, like overall, but Code Geass is still extremely serious.
Yeah,
I know. Hey, Daito. Yeah,
Hi, Daito.
I played Among Us. I played Among Us with Daito last night.
Daito, you traitor! How could you?
Hello, I love Code Geass. It's my favorite anime. We're mostly talking about anime today.
We're talking about anime. Is what's funny is like I don't remember what the context was, but whenever I was started this event, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be talking about animation. And someone's like, does anime count? I'm like, yeah. What do you mean? Is it an animated like?
That? No, it's not. It's live action anime. Never heard of it?
No, I don't. The thing is, like, I don't think the question was out of malice, but I just don't.
No, I know.
I just don't know, like. I don't know why it would be differentiated, but I guess it's because, like, there's such, like. I guess it depends on, like, the communities you're in, but there's such, like, animosity between people who enjoy, like, Western cartoons and people who enjoy anime, and I don't get it. But I have seen it. I'm just like, why, dude?
Yeah, there are some Western animations I absolutely love, like Amazing World of Gumball. That's
I just don't
probably my favorite quote unquote kids cartoon, although it's very teen oriented.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't.
Some of the dirty jokes they sneak into the Amazing World of Gumball just has me like, how? How did you manage that?
Oh, they've been doing that in cartoons for so long.
Oh yeah,
like
no,
since way back when. It's just crazy.
I remember one of. I've never watched the Animaniacs. That'd probably be one I'd probably eventually watch. It seems like a really fun show. Didn't they have like a much older run of that?
Animaniacs?
Yeah.
There's a new one from Hulu that's from a couple years back, and then there's one from like the 90s, I think.
Yeah, I remember.
What is the context for this question? Sorry, I'm interrupting you because I'm reading chat, and I'm like, sorry, guest, chat is here. Shut up. The question
chat, is this real?
Chat, are we here? But the question is, we're kind of just talking about our favorite animations, but it's kind of gone off the rails, if I'm honest.
Well, I mean, that's, ADHD will do that.
Yeah, no. Ain't that the truth?
A lot of people complain. I haven't had a lot of people complain to me about that, but I've had some people be like, bro, you topic jump too much. I'm like, I can't help it.
See,
I have something to say. I'm gonna say it.
That's fair. I have ADD too, apparently, the doctor said. And apparently.
At this point, all of us have it in this community,
You know.
Freaking
yappers over here.
Flock together. For real.
But yeah, so if you're confused about the context of something, I'm gonna have to ask you to specify, because we're talking about a lot of things.
Yeah, no. The context was animations that have dirty jokes in them.
Oh yeah.
And you were talking about how.
Well, if I'm not, Kubo is really good. The Laika property, I really liked Kubo. I think it got a couple tears out of me, if I recall, and not necessarily because it's like sad, but I was just touched.
I don't think I recognize either of those.
So Kubo is an movie, a stop motion animation made by Leica Studios, who are best known for their movie Coraline.
Oh.
Yeah. They have a bunch of stuff. Most of their stuff is really good. In fact, I would say all of it. Because they don't have a whole lot of titles, but all of them are good. It's just some of them are better than others.
Yeah,
that's about it.
No, but yeah. On the topic of animations that have dirty jokes in them, and you saying that they've been doing that in animation for years, decades.
Yeah.
I remember one from Animaniacs where I think it was Prince himself, or if it was like just a Prince.
Oh, no, Fingerprints, that one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
I don't think he would like that or something like that. It was very on the nose, but very funny.
I do think that Prince may have been dead when that came out.
If that's an older one, wouldn't he have still been alive? I thought he only died in like the 2000s. Somewhere around there.
I don't know. I feel like Prince died pretty young.
I'm pretty sure it was Animaniacs.
No, that's the joke you're talking about is in Animaniacs. Yeah, okay, I guess he did. He died in the past like 10 years. Okay, never mind. I'm silly.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I know the Fingerprints one is so funny.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was. I don't think he like voiced in it. I think they just like had a stand-in.
Had a gag.
Yeah,
it was really funny. It was. I remember watching it in a compilation and being like, "Wow, okay."
Yeah. No, Animaniacs is pretty good. I have watched a little bit with my dad, and I guess I'd have to watch it again. I haven't watched it in years, but it's good. If that is like humor that you like, they definitely like do that. So yeah, check it out, or check out Freakazoid. Freakazoid is crazy. It's by the same. It's by Steven Spielberg. It's the same kind of writing.
And you said Animaniacs is on Hulu?
The newer,
at least the new run.
The newer one should be, because it was a Hulu original, if I recall.
I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. It seems like a really fun show.
Yeah. Let me know what you think of it. Also, I don't know. I've also
talked to. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know that Animaniacs was for children when it came out.
I'd believe it.
I don't think that was the target audience. I think that it was just like, it's okay if kids watch this, but it's mainly for adults, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong.
Well, no. I know that I've talked with my two best friends about it, and we've all kind of decided who would be what character.
Oh, like Yakko, Wacko, and Dot?
I'd have to go back.
Well, which one were you?
I'm about to find out.
You're about to find out? You don't even remember which one you were?
I don't really know much about this show, but they decided that I was Yakko. Or Yakko.
Oh, Yakko.
That's it, yeah.
He's the one that be yapping.
Yeah, that checks out.
They called you a yapper, dude. They said those motherfuckers don't shut up.
It seems to be a mix of Yakko or Wacko.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's mostly Yakko, and one of them said Wacko, and the other one said Dot, so...
I see. Corey says no shot, fourth isn't Dot.
It's Corey in your chat. Hold on.
Corey's in YouTube chat.
Oh, hi YouTube. I didn't realize YouTube was here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, usually I'm dual streaming, but you're totally welcome to do whatever you want. I didn't know that. Is this the Sonic 4? Yes, it is. It's Plurp McFlirtin.
Hi, Corey.
But yeah, yeah, he says you're Dot, apparently. But I couldn't say.
They were talking mostly about personality-wise, not really looks. It might have changed now. I don't know.
I don't know. She's like a good. She's a very sassy character. So I don't know. He might be talking about both. I don't know. Again, I don't know you very well.
That's fair.
I just. I'm sure
what
Corey.
This is for.
Yeah. Well, this is your interview. I hope that you were prepared.
Yeah. Oh no!
Start shaking violently. That's fair. The YouTube
makes sense.
Goes better. Corey says he was also talking personality-wise, but I would imagine that he knows a lot more about Animaniacs than either of us. For no particular reason.
He also probably knows me only just a little bit better than you do. So.
I'm sure. I know you
that checks out.
Next to not at all, so anything more than not at all is like probably more than me. But yeah, I cannot recall what were we talking about? A lot, everything, nothing.
We were talking about anime, obviously. We
were talking about anime, and then we were talking about dirty jokes.
Dirty jokes in the Amazing World of Gumball. And we got on this topic of Animaniacs.
Yes.
I don't remember what we were talking about before I mentioned the Amazing World of Gumball again and the dirty jokes in it, but, you know.
I think that might have been the end of that. I think we concluded a conversation.
Probably.
That sounds right.
As far as going back to the original question, lol.
Yeah.
As far as favorite game goes, just in general, that one's really difficult to say because I have like periods of my life where I'd say I had a specific favorite game, but as far as like right now or the past 2 or 3, 5 years since I've actually matured, become smart enough to not be stupid.
Become big.
Since I've become a big boy,
big boy.
I've never really had one single favorite game. Just kind of games that I really, really liked and became hyper fixated on for some period of time.
That's fair.
As far as games from my childhood that I were my favorites, there's a lot of them, and they kind of change throughout the years. What years? I couldn't tell you. I would just be able to tell you the rough order of them.
Oh no, I was just saying, you're like, what years? And I said as in like the years.
Yeah, those years.
The years.
The years. I think I do. I don't know. My childhood's a blur at this point. I'm only 22.
That's fair. It's gone now. It's been too long.
Now.
Alfie coming in here calling Dido a gay rat. Just coming in strong.
That's crazy.
Well, fancy seeing you. First thing you say, number one, first thing you say, hey Dido, you gay little rat, welcome in.
We can't say that on YouTube.
Bro, he was on 2 days ago and he said it 72 times.
We can't say that on YouTube.
He did it anyway, with my permission.
Well, YouTube can't see Twitch chat, so get wrecked.
YouTube cannot see Twitch chat. Oh. All of that.
Yep. Well,
Alfie, if you write that in YouTube chat, there's a strong chance it'll immediately get get what do you call it? Like, it won't show up. It'll only show up on my sneaky reader chat. But Skipper says that Mega Man is his hyperfixation. It showed up.
Continuing, I see it.
Yeah,
you added a Y, that doesn't count.
They're infighting in the chat.
Chat infighting is crazy.
Chat infighting. There we go. Nope, that's popping up. There it is. You can say whatever you want. You can't though, because I've seen people get blocked. I don't know what causes it, but there's definitely like something. Oh god. There's interchatting. Now, kids. Y'all are being wild. Call Susan. Y'all wildin'.
Y'all crazy.
Anyway.
Father Corey.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Not Daddy. Okay. Oh my god.
Right. What is this? Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah, rip fucking VOD watchers, dude. They ain't gonna have no idea what's going on.
That's funny because I told a friend of mine that I was gonna be busy for like a few hours doing a podcast sort of thing, and they were just like, "Oh, I hope the host is streaming so that I can watch the VOD later because I'm gonna be busy moving furniture." I
am streaming, and like, it'll be on YouTube. But YouTube doesn't like save the chat logs for some reason when you go back and watch a VOD, or at least maybe it's just because you're little. Like if you're a smaller creator, it doesn't. Because I feel like I've definitely seen it.
It saves my chat replay.
Good. Oh really? Maybe it's just because I'm looking at it from like, because I'm the creator. Maybe it's because maybe I don't see it. I don't know. Because I've tried to go back.
I just go to my channel. I just go to my channel on the same page that everyone else can see and go to the VOD that way.
Okay. Well, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe if your friends go back and see it, they're gonna be like, "What?" Maybe they can look at the infighting. And thank you for the little hearts. But
Corey, for context, I'm talking about Pip.
Pip,
our friend Pip. Positive bot. That's Pip.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah. They're a silly little goober.
I've interacted with them a couple times. I actually remember them, so that's good. Yeah. If they ever were like, I would never have that interaction where I'm just like, you know, what do you call? I was talking about it earlier, where I'm like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, and they're like, we've met before, and that wouldn't happen because I remember them.
Yeah. Pip's also a very memorable person.
Is this so? This project is only for May. But if I do more co-working and people really like doing this, I wouldn't be opposed to having on some yappers every now and again.
It'd be cool to just like make it a full like podcast thing. It would be fun to have like 2 or 3 different guests for every time. You don't even necessarily have to do animation while we're talking too.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just like am mixed on having. Oh, you mean the animation project? What do you mean? Because I would talking love about for...
like you could turn it into like not a full-time podcast, but
no, I'm working on multiple animations throughout this month. Well, have a good day, Skipper. Thanks for popping in. Sorry it's a bit hectic. But yes, I did work on that one that you're talking about. They're skipping out. Well, at least they're doing it with a little skip and a hop. No, I've been working on that one. I've literally only done this for 3 days. The first day I did the one that you're talking about, Alfie, and the other 2 days I've been doing this one because it doesn't require as much thought, and I don't have as much ready on the other ones to do on stream, if that makes sense. Sorry, me and Alfie are talking in another language right now. Probably no one knows what I'm talking about today.
Yeah, I zoned out for a second.
No, because you have no idea what I'm talking about. There's no way. I'm just over here, like, me and Alfie are having a conversation right now. Sorry, person who is right here.
How dare you?
I know. I'm such a horrible guest. Such a horrible host, even.
Oh, guest? What?
I'm a horrible host.
Am I the host?
No, me. Me, I'm a host. This is my channel. I make the rules.
It's mine now.
What the fuck? You can't have it. It's a fourth takeover. But, wow.
The fourth dimension is bleeding into the third dimension. Oh no.
Or the 2D dimension, which is really what my channel is. They made an AMV for your birthday? Aw, that's so sweet.
Pip is very, very sweet and also very funny person.
If I knew them better, I would invite them on for one of the days. But I don't.
You barely know me.
Well, no, but you
like,
signed
hey,
up.
You wanna... that's also fair. And you'd be like, hey, Pip, you wanna join in for a podcast session with Tira?
I think they would be very alarmed if I popped in and called them Pip.
Probably not.
No? I've never. I feel like I have only today. I was today years old when I've heard them referred to as Pip.
I don't even remember, like, what. How did Pip become their nickname? Like, do you know, Corey? Because I know you called them.
I was like, I know you're not asking me.
You'll wait a few seconds for chat to catch up.
Yeah, YouTube chat is a bit delayed, but I'm sure. Femboy on femboy violence between the hosts. Me being called a femboy is so, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. It's like, correct.
Wow.
Honoring.
Wow, Alfie.
Honoring. I feel honored.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Truly an honor to be called a femboy on this day. April 4th. May 4th. Lobster.
May 4th. Lobster came up with that nickname?
Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't think you actually ever answered the question.
No, I did not. I started talking about games.
This might have been a bad idea.
No.
No? I have two mega ADHD people on the cast?
No, it's fine. I'm actually gonna... I was just switching back and forth between Twitch and YouTube stream, but
that's so funny.
I'm gonna have both open on my second monitor, just split screening them.
That's what I do.
Ha! Get wrecked, streams.
You will not hide your words from me.
You will not hide your words from me. Games.
Games. Video, yes. Even. Board games if you're feeling funky. Yeah, it is especially as someone whose trains of thought just constantly derail and then rebuild themselves. It's great. I love it when my train of thought just decides that it doesn't want to train anymore. No, just like
so
full
great.
Stop. The brakes.
Yeah, sometimes all of my trains of thought stop, and I'm just like brain fog. Like what we were talking about? Who am I? Where am I? What year is it?
What is today? Who is today?
Who is today?
I'm not gonna lie. I make a schedule, and it's not because, like, to keep me accountable for anything. It's so that I know what day it is. I'm like, I cannot tell you how many times I'm like, I think I have to do something today. And then I like go in my own Discord, and I look at my own schedule that I posted, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I gotta do that. That's crazy.
Southern, I can do one of those, too.
Y'all got one in their southern accents?
Yeah, I got one of them that there southern accents. I'm
That's-
actually from an area with a bunch of people that speak primarily with a southern accent.
Oh my god. Y'all are a native.
I am, unfortunately, considering the being a femboy and all that.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeehaw forth!
Yeehaw forth.
You weren't where you weren't ready for that.
Y'all ain't never ready for the southern femboy.
For the
Yeehaw.
southern femboy, they've got them. I don't know where they're at, but they've got them. I definitely don't belong in the South, though. The way that I act like a city slicker.
Oh, I was gonna say, y'all ever heard about people from Texas? And I can't finish it. If you know, you know. The only thing.
All I'm gonna say is I'm not from Texas.
You ain't from Texas?
I ain't
well,
from Texas.
The only people from Texas are steers and something that rhymes with it. So y'all don't look like a steer to me. Oh no.
You got what I was. I'm so glad you caught on to that.
Oh no. Oh my lord.
Games.
Would y'all like to tell me one of your favorite video games?
I'm sorry. I gotta get the laugh out of my face real quick. That was a real doozy.
Y'all got tickled.
That was a real doozy there, Alpha Beat. That one made me laugh.
That turned over your tickle box.
Well, that one got me good. Got a real charge out of me.
Got you some of them there southernisms. Got a charge out of you.
Yeah, I'm from the South, so I've got all of the sayings. Man, there's a lot of them.
Oh, there's a lot of them. My mama's from Georgia, and her and my granny both got so many like just sayings. Sometimes they just be popping up new ones on me. I'm like, I ain't never heard that one before. They're doing what now? They juning around? That's crazy. But yes, your favorite. It just means you're dicking around. You ain't doing doing fuck all.
That's really funny. Anyways, games, it depends on what kind of era of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say my earliest favorite game would probably be... Oh, I'm sorry. I got food in my mouth.
How dare you shove food in your mouth on this, the day of our Lord?
How dare I?
No eating.
An old PlayStation 2 game from when I was just a little shit. It's actually a first-person shooter called Time Splitters. Specifically, the third one in the series. Time Splitters Future Perfect.
Would you believe me if I told you I have that disc?
Sorry, what?
I have that game.
Oh, nice.
I've never played it, but I have it.
It's certainly something. The humor in the story mode is just... It's great. It's so silly and goofy. Also has a lot of sci-fi themes, but there's a lot of like... Not really dimension hopping, but there's time travel in it, so...
Yeah.
Hence the name of the game, Time Splitters.
Well, that sounds... I've heard good things, because...
That's great.
And I have
I know one place... Yeah. Future Perfect specifically, or just like one of the other two?
I don't know, actually. I would have to look at it, because I've never actually played it. Someone gave me a bunch of discs for like PlayStation 2 games, and I haven't played them all. But that's one of the ones that was there, and I would have to look at you would have to show it to me. Like, you'd have to show me the disc for me to know which one it is.
The only one I remember specifically is the cover art, I guess you could call it, for Future Perfect. It has the main character, the protagonist, Sergeant Cortez, which have you ever seen Riddick?
Yeah, it's this bald guy.
It's literally Sergeant Cortez looks so much like Riddick. It's hilarious.
Do you think it's a coincidence, or do you think it was a deliberate design choice? Because I feel like it's probably a little of column A, column B. I think that this character became like an action archetype, like the bald guy that's like,
Yeah, I can see it. The bald guy with the goggles
with the glasses
on. That's got like darker toned skin. Might be mixed.
Yeah, there's a lot of especially around like this time. There's a lot of like ambiguously brown characters.
Ambiguously brown.
Like, I don't know if you know the game. Oh God, what is it? It's like a horror game. It starts with an S.
So funny.
It's called like The Struggle or something. But they deliberately made that character like ambiguously like mixed, so that nobody would ever, because it's a game about like a prisoner. So like they didn't want to be like, oh, this guy is like one race or the other, so they wouldn't get like, whatever you call it, like they wouldn't be involved with any sort of controversies. Plus they wanted to make it more of like, they wanted people to be able to sympathize with the character, and they felt like if he was, the suffering is what the game is called.
Yeah.
But they felt like if he was like
I've heard of it.
more ambiguous, then everyone would be able to like put themselves in an empathetic position to relate to him throughout the game.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Also remember, back on the topic of time splitters, when I was a child, I cared a lot more about how things looked over how well they functioned. I had that problem on some PlayStation 2 games like Borderlands. I never, as a child, I never really cared about how good the weapon actually was. I was just like, it looks cool, I'm going to use it. And then at some point in time, it would suck, and I'd be like, oh, this doesn't work anymore. I should find something else that looks cool. Like, that was my mindset as a child. So
that's so fair.
That's another thing I really liked about Time Splitters Future Perfect, is the weapon designs were so cool. I just remember like seeing them and being like, wow, I'm gonna hyperfixate on these because my brain likes that. Dopamine, yay!
You're like, I like when it's pretty. Sorry, I'm googling the weapon designs for Time Splitter 2, because I think Future Perfect is 2 from what Google is telling me.
That's the third game. It's from like 2001 or something, 2003 maybe.
The third one?
Oh. Yeah, that's the third game in the series.
I apparently cannot read.
Get wrecked. It's Time Splitters 1, Time Splitters 2, and then
nope,
Time
you're
Splitters
right.
Future Perfect. So.
You're right.
They were going to make a Time Splitters 4, but I don't think they really got much out of the planning phase, which sucks.
Oh, that's
the original team behind it disbanded sometime shortly after Time Splitters 4 was announced to start being in the planning phase. I know the original the team is called Free Radical. They got back together recently-ish after what studio is it? Deep Silver. I'm pretty sure it's Deep Silver that bought out the rights to Time Splitters, and Free Radical Design banded back together for like a year or two underneath Deep Silver. I don't know if it's Deep Silver, if it's THQ Nordic, or if THQ Nordic owns Deep Silver. I'm not 100% sure, but I know both of those.
Yeah, you're speaking Greek to me. Really I don't know none of that.
Now you know how it feels. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, I'm not saying that what you're saying is not interesting. I'm just like, I can't help you. If you're looking for feedback, you're looking into the abyss, because I don't know shit.
Not looking for feedback. I'm just yapping. They banded back together for like a year or two, and they legitimately announced that they're like, hey, we're going to try and make another Time Splitters, but at some point in time, they were just like, oops, just kidding. We're not actually going to make another Time Splitters game, and we're going to disband again. And
damn.
That was the end of that. Actually.
That is unfortunate.
Things changed. History. December 2008, the studio had shut down.
Sag.
Reformation and second closure. In May 2021, it reopened again, with the intent of bringing the much-loved Time Splitters IP back to life. In quotes. Key original members of original Free Radical Design were involved. And then in November of 2023, it disbanded again. So that sucks.
Damn. Well,
yep.
I don't know if they still own the rights.
They probably. I don't know if Free Radical Design still. I don't think they still own the rights, since they're technically not a corporate entity. But I do know that Deep Silver or THQ Nordic, whichever one owns the rights to it, probably still own it. I don't think they're going to do anything with it, though, because they're like, oh, not enough people want this series to come back, so we're just not going to.
This doesn't seem profitable. Bro. Get fucked.
Fuck you, bro. I mean, you bring it back and introduce some more people to the series. I don't know. Maybe some of them will revisit the older series that are now on PlayStation Network for a Sony licensed emulator in the PlayStation Store to play on your PlayStation. Like, you make money that way. You've already made money that way. I've bought it. Come on.
Look at me.
Look at me. I gave you money. That should account for something, right? Haha.
Hee hee. Hit him with a hee hee. Here's $1. Bring back my franchise. Hee hee.
Yay, please. So many other favorite games. There's also different consoles that I played in my childhood. I had a Nintendo DS at some point. I've actually had two. I don't have either of them anymore. The first one just completely broke. Excuse me. As a child, as a weird like hiccup burp thing. I do that sometimes. It was. Yeah, as a child, I was really like just clumsy with my electronics. I broke pretty much every single electronic I had my hands on, other than like game controllers. But that's about it.
Damn.
As I became a teen and like the last few years of my childhood, I was a lot better about it. But on DS, it's hard to say what my favorite game would be, because there were like 3 or 4 games that just played the bejesus out of in my childhood.
Well, what'd you play?
Pokemon Ranger was one of my favorites. I played the bejesus out of that one. It was my one and only like full introduction to Pokemon, and that was only to I keep forgetting. How much do you know about Pokemon?
Not a damn thing.
Okay, it was Generation
Very
2
little.
or Generation 3, so it was like very early Pokemon, but I remember enjoying it a lot. And I've also always really wanted to play one of the like
I played
not
Pokemon
really classic
Coliseum,
style.
which is not.
That reminds me of Pokemon Arena, which I played on Nintendo 64.
I played Pokemon Stadium.
No, Stadium is the one I'm thinking about.
Oh, okay. I was
Pokemon
like, I
Stadium.
played that on 64.
Yeah, no. That one was fun. Although I more played the mini games than I played the actual games.
Yes!
The mini games were really fun.
I love them. Did you have the first one or the second one?
I think it was the first one. I think there was only Generation 1 Pokemon in it.
There was.
Yeah.
I've never played Pokemon Ranger, so I don't really know what gen that is. I know that Pokemon Stadium
I'm pretty sure
only
it's
had
2 or 3. That's 2 or 3. That's about all I remember.
Do you get like starters in that game?
No, the gameplay loop is completely different from like the classic style of Pokemon, where it's
Gotcha.
you capture Pokemon and you have your team and you have Pokemon that you have stored in your your storage system, and you fight with the Pokemon and you fight different like rangers and trainers and stuff. No, this one is you're essentially a ranger, like going around in the forest and wrangling out different animals and stuff, but instead you're capturing Pokemon out of like dangerous situations, releasing them out into the wild and rescuing Pokemon. You're doing chores for other people, and in the premise of Pokemon Ranger, you're as the main character in any game, you're saving the world, because of course you are.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds way more appealing to me than normal Pokemon gameplay.
I really do want to get into normal Pokemon gameplay, but as a child, it really itched that ADHD scratch.
That's fair.
It was great. The main.
Oh no, you're
okay.
good. No, you go. You go.
Oh. No, just kidding. The main gameplay loop though is to capture them on the touch screen, the bottom touch screen. You have to take your stylus, and it's so much better with stylus. Which sucked because as a child, I lost my DS stylus constantly.
No! How? It has a little pocket.
Yeah. As a child, I only used that pocket half the time, and then the other half the time, I just placed the stylus down, and that's all I would ever see of it.
Oh. That's crazy.
And sometimes I would use the pocket. I remember one stylus I had was kind of messed up a little bit, so it wouldn't snap in. So I could just turn the DS upside down, and the stylus would just fall out.
Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry.
The gameplay loop is you have to take the stylus and circle around the Pokemon, singular or plural, on your screen a certain number of times, and if you get that certain number of times, you capture them. And the difficulty of the Pokemon kind of like how many times you have to circle around it kind of depends on what kind of Pokemon it is, what evolution, what level it is. I know at the end of the game you have to capture some legendary Pokemon, and boy howdy is that tough.
Yeah, but
I remember as a child it took me weeks to do that, but I played it again recently. It took me like 2 or 3 days just to beat the end boss battle. It was rough.
That's so pretty. That's some Hideo Kojima shit. A couple days to beat a boss.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't remember. The only one I remember that you had to fight was Entei. You had to capture Entei.
Aww. So that's probably the at least second gen, because that was second. Entei and the dogs were the second gen legendaries.
I think it was all of the dogs. It was the wind one. Was it wind or water?
I think it's water, because Suicune, yeah.
Hold on.
There's Suicune, Raikou, and Entei.
Yeah, Suicune, Raikou train. Yeah, it's Suicune, Raikou, and Entei. It was all 3 of them. You had to capture them individually, but they were still quite tough, especially Entei and one of the other ones. Entei was the hardest, but the other 2 were significantly easier. Yeah, they were a little bit easier to capture. I only remember the how Entei worked, because that one was particularly difficult.
I am so sorry about the train, by the way.
You should really go up there and tell them, like, hey, you should have picked a different time to come through.
Hey, I'm streaming.
I'm streaming, bro. You're interrupting my stream.
Can you stop?
Screw your infrastructure. Can you deliver your products at a different time? Come on.
Yeah, what do you think you're doing? But yeah, I think it's about gone. Mom, get out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft!
Mom, get out of my room! I'm playing Pokemon Ranger!
My mom is a train. I'm sorry you all had to find out like this.
That's so
don't
funny.
Die.
I'm deceased.
Oh, damn it.
Pokemon Ranger actually had a couple of sequels, but I started on playing the second one, and it was just... It's not bad, but they made the game far easier, and it seems like it had a bit more of a slower start. I might try and eventually revisit it at some point in time, because it seems like a decent game, but it just...
I mean, I'm definitely
It was a little more boring. It was a little more boring for my tastes, the second one was.
Oh, really? That's sad.
Yeah, to be fair, the first one kind of has a bit of a slow start, too, but it definitely starts picking up only after the first few missions, which is good. The other games, of course, new Super Mario Bros. How could I not? It was great. I loved it for the DS. The mini games, peak. I don't know if you've ever.
See, I was never a Mario kid.
I wasn't really either. We did have Super Mario 64, but I never really played it past the first few levels because I think I just sucked at it too much to actually enjoy it.
We didn't have. I think we had like the party games because I have a lot of siblings. So we had like Mario Party and we had like Super Smash Brothers. But the only mainline Mario game I can think of that we had was Super Mario Sunshine. And I never finished it because I was baby and it was hard.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen much about it. It seems like one of those kind of underrated ones that not a lot of people really talk about.
Super Mario Sunshine? I think I had fun with it. I just remember it being hard. But I'm like, I wonder if it would still be hard or if I was baby and just bad at games. And now I'm slightly better at games.
Yay. From what I've seen, it would probably not be an easy game, but would probably... Probably? What are those words? Probably.
Probably.
Yep, that's definitely how you speak. It would probably still be beatable.
I'm pretty stubborn, so I could probably do it eventually.
It really depends for me. Some games I gave up after a few tries, and some games I just kept trying over and over and over and over and over and over again.
That's fair. Yeah, it does depend on the game, because I will sit here and I will play the same Sonic level for 400 years, but I will not ever touch Elden Ring ever again.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. If I'll play a game that I want to get angry at, I'll go play Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
That's so fair. I guess, like, my problem as a content creator is I don't like feeling negative feelings. Hot take, I know. I don't like feeling bad or angry. So when there is a video game that makes me feel bad or angry, I don't want to play it. If I'm not having fun, I do this as a hobby, I'm not playing that shit no more. For who?
That's partially why I decided to take a short break from streaming, because I'm struggling just a little bit, you know. momentarily, I tend to do a little bit better, especially when I'm doing stuff with other people. I usually have a good time. Playing
That's
Minecraft with Corey and Pip and all of our friends, or playing Among Us with like 3 people that I've met before and a bunch of other people, including Daito, that I've never like talked to a single day in my life.
You've never talked to Daito?
Not until last night, no.
Oh. He's great.
I can tell.
He's one of my good friends, I would say.
He seems not really active in the main part of the community that I'm active in, like in this server. And a couple other smaller communities that I play a couple of lobbies in here and there. Like Heck Muffin server. I don't really host. They don't really host many lobbies. But...
Who, Daito?
No, Heck Muffins. There's not really many lobbies that are hosted there.
That's fair. Yeah, Daito lives in his own place. I also I feel similarly of I don't know what fucking community I'm in. I feel like I just exist. And then I just hang out with people.
Kind of same, honestly.
And I'm totally okay with that.
I did start out in Pinky's community.
Mm-hmm.
That's I met Pixel Python there, and it's all history from there. He invited me to this server. Met so many cool people.
Oh, you met cool people in the server?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You're one of them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Just kidding, you're stinky. No, I'm just.
Oh, you're right. You're correct. You were trying to joke on me, but you're just right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But your favorite was Super Mario Brothers.
I don't think I have one. Corey, wow, okay.
Pixel's the one to blame. Got it.
That's crazy. No, but food.
Food.
I have this bowl of noodles that have gotten cold.
Is it just noodles? Is there more on it, or is it just butter noodles?
It's complicated because it's I took a pack of cheddar broccoli noodles that you just add buttermilk and quote unquote margarine. You stick it in the microwave for however many minutes, pull it out, mix it around, stick it back in the microwave, and it's done. But I had a can of soup that was also cheddar broccoli, so I was like, I wonder how it would taste.
You're making concoctions over there.
I am, and it's great. It's very tasty. But
life is heckers.
So true.
What is life if not heckers? What were there any other games you wanted to touch on? Because we are on the first question, and it's been.
But technically, we've also touched the last question.
You touched. But... Yeah, you had a little bit of a hear me out.
High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
I was just looking at YouTube chat, didn't realize there was some other stuff I missed.
No, that's okay.
Hey, Mav.
The thing is, I don't actually care if, hi, Mav, happy Star Wars Day. I don't care if we get through all the questions, but I know that some people are oh, I really wanted to talk about this one. I've had a couple people that are this is the one I want to talk about, but...
I just like talking in general, if you couldn't tell, but... yeah, I mean, this is ADHD, you just... The conversation just goes out in all sorts of different branches.
The conversation will go where it needs to.
Yep. There are a few more games that I would like to touch on, but I'm sure you primarily wanted to talk about animation, so it's I
I mean, are games not animation?
Technically, yes. I wouldn't necessarily. Hey, Mav.
Hey, Mav.
I wouldn't necessarily categorize it as animation specifically.
That's fair.
Hi, everyone. Like, we are back.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Bye. Bye. But yeah, if you want to talk more about animation, that's fine. You seem to be very passionate about games, just given how much you've had to say.
Passionate about a lot of things. I'll probably talk about a couple more games and then move on from that. Most of the game, I think all the games I'd probably talk about in terms of favorites, though, would probably be older games, because there are just so many newer games that I like that I can't pick a favorite. It just like go down the list, and we'd be here for another hour just talking about games that I really, really, really like.
Well, what if I narrow it down a little bit and be like, what is a game that has your favorite art direction?
That's an interesting question. Rain World.
Rain World.
Rain World has absolutely stunning art. It's a 2D.
It's like an RTS.
Yes.
Yeah? Ah.
No.
No. No, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very like Ori in the forest.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot like that. It's such a good game. It's
oh, this is beautiful.
Dido. It's such a good game. It's very pretty. I love the stylized art though. It's so breathtaking.
This is very fun. There's a lot of contrast. There's some. Oh, I love the atmosphere. There's some areas that there's a huge map. It would like in terms of gameplay wise to get from one side of the map to the other side. For like an average player would take freaking hours. It would take hours to get from one side of the map, especially if you're just like an average player, just trying to survive, which is what the game is basically all about. Just survive. Get food, survive until the next day. And it's tough sometimes. It's a difficult game, but it's a fun game. I'm not opposed to difficult games, but there's like I have a limit. But I would it's originally meant for solo, but something really, really cool is they had a DLC that was released a couple years back. Before that DLC, someone or a team of people made a mod that added multiplayer functionality. And I don't know if that's how the mod originally worked. I assume that's how it originally worked. But the DLC came with the mod baked in. Nice.
And the cool thing about the mod,
only
one person has to have the game in the mod.
Oh hell yeah, dude! That's cool.
Everyone else can play through Steam Remote Play, and it's great. And if you live close enough to the person for the delay to be difficult to notice. I played with people living in other countries, and I've had like half a second of delay, and it's just like, oh, I'm jumping. And then half a second later, my character is jumping, and it's like, yeah, it's a bit rough. It could call for some funny moments, but most of the time, it's just like, jump on the platform, stop falling down,
please, I'm begging.
Yeah, it's. Oh,
tough, I get it.
That's definitely on the list of one of my favorite newer games.
That's fair.
I definitely prefer playing it multiplayer because it makes it a little bit easier. Because if you're by yourself, playing solo and you die, you just reset back a day. I don't remember if you reset back a day. It's a bit brutal. It depends on what area of the map you're in. Some areas are super easy. Some areas are like absurdly hard. Someone lives by me. Oh, you're talking about Power World. There goes my train of thought.
That's okay. You were saying that Rain World is your favorite art direction.
Yeah. It's definitely easier, and that's what I was talking about. In multiplayer, when you're playing with other people, there's a setting. I think it's default set to this, to where it doesn't matter if someone dies, just as long as someone makes it to the shelter to go on to the next day.
Then you can like respawn.
Everyone gets brought back, which is great.
Nice.
Just as long as at least one, I think food is shared in the multiplayer mod too. So as long as there's enough food to go around for whoever's there, it works.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like a lot more forgiving.
Yeah, it's also goofy because you can have funny situations where it's like, oh no, run away from that thing trying to eat you. It's just like, I'm just standing here. Or, you can.
You're like, what thing? You can I can't see it.
You can jump down from safety, and you can jump down. That thing. Oh, it's eating my face already. Oh, it's dragging me away. Okay.
Oh well. Rip.
Oh well. Now it's cool too, because usually if a monster like grabbed you and was taking, we're talking about Rain World, Maverick. It's a 2D platformer with a absolutely incredible art direction. That's Rain World, as in raining water and
world,
Earth.
like Earth.
And world, Earth.
A planet.
Yeah. It's cool though, because in solo, if you get snatched by a monster and it's like taking you back to its shelter, there's not a big chance of that's
Correct.
the game. There's not a huge chance of them letting go of you unless another monster comes over and like attacks the monster that's carrying you. But in multiplayer, you just have another player come over with a spear and just stab the monster. That's it. It's also much easier to kill other monsters in multiplayer too, because I mean, what's better than one little cute little slug cat guy with a spear?
Two
little cute little slug cat guys with a spear for each of them. Yeah, it's a lot better.
I do like that. I am having a hard time figuring out how this arm works. I might have to do that at a time when I can actually use brain power. Because it's looking wrong, and I'm sure that I know why, but I can't figure it out. But that's okay, because we'll fix it in post.
Just make it look all wobbly. Screw the anatomy.
I mean, it's a Sonic character. The anatomy's not that important. It's just...
I know.
It's just what I'm like, I need it to look good in my brain. I need to look good for my eyeballs.
Yeah.
But,
I got you.
Yeah.
Sonic, the head hog.
Sonic Hedgehog. But, yeah. So, is there any other game you wanna touch on? Not, we will go to the next question.
Really? And I'll just like make mention of 3 other games, if
honorable
you're curious,
mentions.
Honorable mentions, kind of.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy's End of War. That one's actually an RTS game. Very basic. Very End of War. Just End War. That's it. Specifically for the DS and the PSP, because there's a PS3 version that's like far more detailed in advance than the DS version and PSP version. The mobile version is like really basic and just kind of, it's got the classic turn-based hexagon pattern.
Mm-mm.
And those are the tiles that your units move to, and
that's what I'm seeing.
It's just you just kill the other team or go to the capture the enemy headquarters, and that's it.
Got it.
Another game from PS3 era specifically, Unreal Tournament 3. That was the first game that I actually played for the PlayStation 3, and I was obsessed with that game for very long. It sucks too because that one's kind of the same story as Time Splitters, where Unreal Tournament 4 was announced. And that one is actually technically playable, but most of the content on there is user created.
I see.
And it's just been kind of adopted into the main quote-unquote game. Epic Games made the Unreal Tournament series, if that tells you anything.
Ah. RIP.
Yep. Yep. It's not great. It
That's
sucks, but Unreal Tournament... Yep, Unreal Tournament 3 was a riot. They have completely removed the Unreal Tournament series off of Steam, which sucks.
Oh.
But I was lucky to have gotten Unreal Tournament 3 on Steam before they removed it, so I've still got it installed on my computer. So suck it, Epic Games.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. You need never mind, I won't say those words. You need to make sure that it is saved on this earth.
Yep, it's still on my computer, and to be fair, there's still a whole bunch of like PC discs running around on eBay for a pretty penny. And you can also get the game in totally legitimate ways on the internet.
Good. I am glad. I'm glad it's still available.
I'm sure you can hear the air quotes. Totally legitimate.
Yeah, no. Because that you would want to do that.
Yeah, totally.
As you should, because you want to support video games.
Well, it's hard to support a video game if it's not actually legitimately on the market.
No, it's on the market.
Yeah, it's totally on the market.
You just said you can buy them on eBay.
Yeah, on eBay. Yeah.
I said what I said.
On the anyways, another game from moving on. Another game from there's so many. I got two more PlayStation 3 games and then we'll move on.
Okay.
Another RTS game that kind of solidified my love for tactical games. Which is funny because that's not actually my first Command and Conquer game that I played. My first one was probably the original Command and Conquer Red Alert. But Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 for the PlayStation 3 was definitely one of my favorite PlayStation 3 games. Played that one a lot too.
My only knowledge of Command and Conquer is Homeboy. Rocky Horror Man. Tim Curry.
Tim Curry, yeah.
Tim Curry.
Rocky Horror Man. My mom obsesses over Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror is good. Have you ever? I assume you've seen it. That's a silly question.
It's complicated. My mom spent years begging me to watch the movie, and I never really went, hey, let's watch the movie. But at some point in time, she actually discovered there to be a live Rocky Horror Picture Show happening nearby. This happened like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So I've never actually seen the movie, but I've seen an actual like live Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Like a play?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was great.
I don't think I've ever seen it live.
You were in the cast once, Corey?
That's rad as hell.
That's great.
But yeah, did you like it?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
Good. Check the movie out sometime, and then you can like kind of you can do like kind of a comparison.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh,
it was a live. It was a live theater show. It wasn't just play. It was definitely like a bunch of theater dudes.
No. I think he's referring to. So with Rocky Horror, there's a culture of the theater show where the movie is playing at the theater, but yeah, the movie's playing at the theater. It's a whole experience. It's hard to explain, but like you don't go to watch the movie. you go for the experience because people be shouting, people be doing like their own stage show in front of the movie playing. There's like a whole culture around it. So I assume that you're saying that when you went and saw it, you saw a play in the traditional sense, like a live show.
Yeah. There were people acting out the characters.
Versus what a lot of people think of, which is people going and seeing a show of the movie in theaters, like the cinema.
Yeah, no.
And
it wasn't
people acting a
cinema.
damn fool.
No, but the play was definitely fun. The time, I believe that was no, I'm having a bit of a blurring together kind of thing, because I remember watching a live play of A Christmas Story, and I remember at least during the Rocky Horror Picture Show play, there were a lot of people in the audience who were, calling out and actually participating in the play, calling out towards the actors and, having their own bits and stuff.
Oh.
I
so
remember
it might have been
that
a bit
for
of a
Rocky,
hybrid.
Maybe. I definitely remember it for Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I don't remember if it was that way for A Christmas Story. We saw both of those, not at the same time or like in the same day. They were, months apart, but I'm getting a bit confused because I don't remember like what characters are from which. But I feel like I remember there being audience interactions in both.
There may be.
I remember there was one that I really, really wish that I would have done, because I'm a member of the audience too. I'm allowed to call out to the actors as a funny haha bit too, right?
I would think so.
I think it was A Christmas Story, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah. I don't know, because I have never experienced the play versions of what you're saying. But Rocky Horrors definitely has a culture of like yelling stuff out, like 100%. No, I wouldn't be surprised.
It seems really, really fun. I think this one was A Christmas Story, but I don't really remember. My memory is so like fuzzy on both of those. But the narrator was the narrator was played by this dude, and I think this character was supposed to look like this, but the dude had... I'm trying to figure out a way to say this gently. The dude didn't look like he had a neck. There's something he said while he was narrating, and it was something about like something that wasn't there, or something that didn't exist, or something that was there, something existing or not existing to some capacity. And the call out that I so desperately wanted to do was something about him having no neck. But I was like, nah, that's rude. I'm not going to do that.
Again, it would 100% depend on like the culture of like the show. I wouldn't be able to do that because I'm like, that might be too mean. But
yeah, no. I remember that show, not like which one it was, if it was A Christmas Story or Rocky Horror, but I do remember for like the whole entire, run of the show, the play before that particular moment, there was a lot of call outs and a lot of audience participation bits. It was great.
Well, I will say that we have about 4 minutes, probably a little less, of time left, and then I'm gonna have to turn into a pumpkin. So, is there anything you wanna spitfire in the next 4 minutes?
One more game. Little Big Planet 2 was one of those games that kind of solidified my love for building things in games. There's definitely a few other games, including ones that I've mentioned, where you can create things. Like Time Splitters Future Perfect had a map maker, and War had a map maker that was very rudimentary and very basic, but it was still fun to make maps in that one too.
Yeah.
There are also some other Command and Conquer games that had that feature as well. But Little Big Planet 2 was really a game where I was like, okay, I can build stuff, I can check out other people's builds. This is great. I love this. This breathes life into me.
Nice. I remember really liking Little Big Planet.
It was
I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one. It was whichever one you got for free because of like the whole PlayStation bullshit.
I don't remember.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun time.
Yeah, it was. I created a pretty decent amount of stuff. Checked out even more builds and worlds, which is really fun. Anyways, that's the last game I wanted to touch on, I think.
And do you have the last question that we haven't talked about at all? Do you have a least favorite animated thing that you're like, this sucks shit through a straw?
That one's a bit of a complicated answer because I've never had an anime that I watched that I just absolutely hated. Usually, if I dislike an anime for any reason, I'll just stop watching it.
That's fair.
There's an anime, I didn't hate it, but it was just way too like awkward and embarrassing humor for me to continue, called Baka and Test. And I got too much secondhand embarrassment from the main character being beat up on by the women, the girls of the anime.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of Baka and
me.
Test. I remember it being like a pretty like run-of-the-mill comedy anime, but I did like the femboy character.
There was a dude that looked like a girl character?
Yeah. Hideyoshi. Huh. Maybe you didn't get far enough. But he's introduced relatively early.
Maybe I don't remember him. One more thing before you leave, because it's getting close to that time.
Yeah.
Another anime that I never really finished was I might get a little bit of flack for this one, but I never finished JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh.
Animes with slow start, kind of like. There has to be a decent amount of suspense for an anime. Sisters hand-me-downs. Yeah. Sorry, good.
No,
I can hear you trying to say.
No. I was just reading. I was saying that
JoJo's. There's a lot. Sorry about that. There's a lot of people that kept telling me to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I don't know if it's autism or what, but there's like a little part of me that the more someone tells me to do something, the less I want to do it. I think it's
I get that.
Technically, yeah. I think it's technically categorized as psychological demand avoidance.
Yeah.
At some point in time, I broke. I was like, all right, I'll watch it. I watched the first 2.5 episodes. I know it's so bored.
That's so specific.
At some point, yeah, I remember it. Like, I stopped halfway through an episode. I was like, I can't keep watching this. I'm so bored out of my mind. I know I'm gonna watch it again at some point in time, but I know if I do, I'm probably gonna skip at least the first season because I spoiled myself on one.
I tried to watch the first season and I didn't like it. I was like, what the number one, I'm like, I knew it was gonna be ridiculous, but I was like, this is like feels like LOL random to the degree that it's just like, okay.
It kind of had that vibe too. My only like moment that I actually really liked from the first couple episodes was when he gets taught Hamon. I can finally pick up this rock.
Good job.
Wow, that was really silly. I like
also
that.
Don't
but every
understand...
other moment was just like, okay.
Yeah, I don't understand why Dio is such a dickhead. I'm just like, why are you like? What is your motivation? You're just an asshole for no reason.
I mean, have you met the human race? Haha.
Haha. That's my thing. And I'm like, why is this guy such a dick for no reason? They're like, well, he's like the devil, and I'm like, okay, but like the devil has a reason. This guy just is an asshole. But yeah,
it's kind of how it felt with Baka and Test, with the women characters just constantly beating up the main character. Like, bro,
stop.
Maybe he wouldn't be so stupid if he wouldn't keep giving him brain damage.
Yeah, give him a chance. But yeah, I'm gonna have to cut us off there because I am now late. But thank you for coming on, and thank you for talking about anime with me. And you're certainly welcome to if I have any other openings down the line, you're welcome to join again. I'm trying to keep it pretty diverse, but since we didn't get through a lot,
well, we kind of did, but also kind of didn't. At the
we
same time.
didn't. I'm sure there's more to talk about.
That's definitely an ADHD thing, where it's just like, hey, talk about a lot and don't talk about a lot at the same time.
But yeah, thank you so much, and I appreciate you. And
it was a good talk.
Yeah, it was a good talk. I had fun, and have a good day.
You too.
Oh no, I cut off the Wii. And goodbye, YouTube. If you would like to continue watching, I'm gonna play Stardew Valley, and it's gonna be on Twitch. Bye!